Charlottetown police made an arrest and conviction in the 1988 killing of Byron Carr. 56-year-old Todd Joseph Galland has been charged with 1 count of first-degree murder and 1 count of interfering with human remains. Charlottetown Police Chief Brad McConnell credited advancements in DNA technology and forensic genealogy for the arrest. Sally Pitt covered the Byron Carr case through her career here at CBC News, and she's now teaching at Holland College and joins me in studio. So good to see you.
Thanks, Louise.
And I know you were at that press conference on Friday. What you were thinking when you heard that police had made an arrest after all these years?
So originally I was just going to watch it online like the majority of the island, and then I thought, I just got to be there to hear all the details and to be there for the event. This is just such a marker in the whole thing. And when I heard it, I just thought, wow, just so relieved for our family in particular, but also for some of the police officers who were involved over the years and really worked so hard to try and find a resolution to this case.
And you could see the emotion from the Carr family, but also from Police Chief Brad McConnell. It's been a long time.
Yeah, 35 years hanging over the family and the police force and the community. And all of Prince Edward Island has lived with this for 35 years, wondering who killed Byron Carr.
All those years ago, so 1988, you had only been living on Pitt for a few months, I believe. So Can you take me back to then, what was the island saying and feel? There was a real sense of fear, wasn't there?
Yeah, and I think with anything, it's just kind of human nature that in the absence of facts, people speculate. And there were so many rumors going around at the time, Louise. Rumors involving, potential cover-ups and conspiracies and high-profile islanders being involved in this, and fear, as you said, with that rather chilling message that was left on the wall of his home, at Byron Carr's home, "I will kill again." So at the time, people didn't know if that was just some sort of overblown message that someone had left, or whether it was a message about targeting the gay community or the community in general. So yes, a sense of fear and that there might be a killer in the community on the loose still.
What was it like covering the story? Is there anything that jumps out to you when you reflect on all those years of covering it?
I think just the progress that was made with communications between the police and the gay community was a big thing. So back then, a lot of people in the closet, gay people in the closet, for fear for their jobs, for their security, just a real sense of self-protection. And there was a reluctance to get involved as they could be labeled as potentially involved with Byron Carr's murder because of their sexuality. That the word would get out that they could be targeted by the community or society. So just the fear that was involved. Yeah,
because you did a story in 2018 on the 30 years of the cold case, and that was, you reflected on Brad McConnell reopening the case in 2007, and he was very clear about that, wasn't he? His disappointment that perhaps it wasn't covered the way it should or investigated the way it could have been. People were afraid because Carr was a gay man.
Yes, had a big of the investigation, was a big piece of the puzzle. But in 2007, as you said, Brad McConnell reopened the cold case, and someone described him to me as a dog with a bone. He just wouldn't let go. He really wanted to solve this case, went door to door, talking to neighbors, talking to people in the community who may have seen something. Every lead that came, significant lead, he followed up on. And also kind of establishing that sense of trust with the gay community that, he was there to try and solve this case. And Byron Carr's sexuality didn't really play into it in terms of him being the victim of a very violent crime.
So there's been an arrest. One person has been charged. Still so many questions though, right? What burning questions do you have as a journalist watching this from the sidelines now? But
yeah, so over the years, so many little tips and leads that police followed. There was a similar attack a couple of months prior to Byron Carr's death. Similar attack of a gay man. His wallet was stolen. He was, I believe, strangled. The victim went under hypnosis to help police draw a sketch.
That's right, we've seen that
Yeah,
sketch.
yeah. So was there any connection with that? There was the bicycle that was seen to be following Carr's car that night. So was that connected? So many little questions. I guess we're going to have to wait till the trial to find out some of those answers, whether there are any of those connections.
And then hopefully get the why for the family, right?
Right.
That's the big.
Yeah.
So now you're teaching journalism at Holland College. What have your students asked you, and what have you told them about covering a story like this?
Yeah, so we have talked about the importance of DNA in solving cold cases in particular, and the progress that's been made, and what a difference that makes to people's lives when you have that DNA analysis to help clear someone's name or establish guilt. And certainly the emergence of genetic genealogy and the advancements there in helping to explain those connections are made is something that's been coming up, and I'll continue to explore in classes.
How lucky are your students to be able to have that expertise right at the front of their classroom? Sally Pitt, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Louise.